Hello and welcome back to Deck Pilot. Dream Reaver is on the cards for this week's episode, and as usual I'm going to take it for a spin on the ladder. Recently hit rank 5 with Dream Reaver. I've been climbing this week on my stream, been very happy with its performance so far, so hopefully I can show you some good games and you can learn a little bit more about the deck. So without further ado, let's get into the matches and see how it performs. Our first match is going to be against James Flint. Now, James and I have gone back and forth on the ladder a lot in the last few weeks. He's a very good red control player, but he also plays other decks, but most of the time when we play each other, I usually go up against his red control, and he's played it a lot, and even giving me a greetings. We bump into each other all the time, but it's quite cool to see a loyalist of a specific deck, and I say that and then a desert comes down, but James usually representing the red control, but this time he is going to be rocking a different color. He's going to be going for yellow. Now we'll see if this is yellow events. Now I don't really like the yellow event matchup for Dream Reaver. I feel it can be quite weak for us, simply because if they get set up within the first 4 turns, get a good charger down, get a good flash wing combo, it can be very hard to recover because they can apply a lot of pressure, especially if that Colossus comes down within the early game as well. And it's not difficult. Not difficult with yellow events. They do play a lot of events. The name is in the title after all. Now I could have actually positioned my water elemental here. That would have been a lot better. And then I could have killed this charger, but he may have played it back here instead. But this kind of means that I'm a little threatened if he does go for an event combo next turn. However, I could pre-Emperor's Command this to make it trade, and then he needs the campfire, and I have a second Emperor's Command then to finish it off. But it's spending a lot of Faeria on those cards, but I feel like we should just do it anyway, because in all honesty, it's best that I force a trade here, and if I force a campfire, if he has a campfire, it's a campfire. There's nothing I can do about it. Just accept it. But if he doesn't have the campfire, I'm in a much better position because this charger may have to retreat. But as you can see, a desert's being built. Okay, and he's going to chuck a demon in front, so that tells me no charger, and I'm pretty happy with that overall. Now I am 2 Faeria off a nice Phantasm water elemental combo. Now this sturdy shell can now swim off into the distance. I guess I need to decide, is it worth dropping the Phantasm? It means I can't play the library. To be fair, I feel that library is just a little more important right now. I do have the Emperor's Command to kill this if he goes for the trade. So let's take a draw instead, since we don't have our Dream Reavers just yet. Oh, and double library. That's pretty tasty. I'm actually absolutely fine with double library here, because if he has Emperor's Command for 1, at least I get one later. That's going to stick around. And this way, I accelerate my hand and Faeria advantage tremendously. It's going to come at the price of health, but I do have Dream Reavers to heal myself with. I have an Emperor's Command in hand. If I need to top up my healing, or maybe even destroy one of my own libraries. This is going to be a push. This is kind of an expectation I had. And we're just going to get a trade off there. And another demon, so the demons are coming in. But I get a double library tick now, which is very, very good. And another Emperor's Command. So look how much Faeria I've generated from these 2 libraries. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So let's kill this. And then we're going to go for the Ancient Herald. Now I've put it here for a reason, because I don't want him to move Desert and Flashwind and kill a library. So that is the reason I've positioned it there. Now I do stop myself from collecting from the left side, but my libraries provide far more Faeria than 1 collection does. And I am double collecting with the Sturdy Shell next turn. So I feel it's absolutely fine there. And I'm 2 lakes away from Dream Reaver. 1 Wind Soldier. 2 Wind Soldiers. Okay, so that's 1 6 Faeria card for 2 free Faeria cards. I'm absolutely fine with that. And the library ticks. The library ticks. Oh, Ninja Toad is perfect here. Because now I can kill this charger, and the Ninja Toad is going to live to tell the tale, which is going to be excellent. Just need to decide what else I'd like to do. I guess I could Battletoads. Could Herald. Herald is pretty nice here. I want to continue building lakes. I know that for sure. Yeah, we can go like Ninja Toad. Kill this. Into Herald. Into Battletoads. So we are getting dangerously low with these 2 libraries. I would like to pick up a Dream Reaver next turn. Just so I can heal myself up. I don't really need to use the Dream Reaver's effect on James right now. He's the Shaitan Demon's doing that for me. And if he goes for a value clear with the Demon, that's fine because I have a Battletoad to finish it off. It just trades off. That's fair. That's Kaleem. Now this lets my little frog do a lot of work. Speak of the devil, there he is. Mr. Dream Reaver. Now I have a fantastic play lined up. I can jump here. Retreat this down. Trade with this. Play a lake aggressively. Play the Dream Reaver. Do I heal? That's the question. Probably not. I'm going to go down to 4 next turn. 4's a pretty safe number. And then we'll go for Aurora. And again, I'm just going to block my orb from like a Wind Soldier, Kaleem's Training, or something like that. But even though I've gotten dangerously low with these libraries, look how much they've helped me win this game. Just goes to show how powerful the card is. And if you can get too early down and you're feeling pretty confident, red is probably a color I wouldn't play against. But yeah, other than that, apart from red, you can pretty much get away with not playing it. So Last Nightmare is my Aurora, and I guess that's just thrown in the towel there for James. Well played to James. It's always a pleasure playing you if you're watching this video. I like bumping into you on ladder. I really like your red control. But yeah, that's a game 1. Let's see how we do in the next one. Our next match is going to be up against Zerg. I've never played against this player, so it's going to be new for me, and this is an amazing hand. I would maybe keep Frogify there, but the fact that we've got Water Elemental into Library, so we have a card that's going to accelerate our lakes. I can play it on the first turn thanks to Explore. Things are looking pretty good. And that is a lake from our opponent. Gives us a greetings. Let's say hello, hello. The greetings sequence is initiated. And if you guys are wondering, if you don't know how to get this cosmetic set, the Bomb Slinger one, it's through the Recruit a Friend scheme. So if you have friends who enjoy Faeria, you can set them as your recruiter. And as those friends level up playing the game, you will unlock rewards like chests, pieces of the cosmetic set. It's probably my favorite, to be honest. It took me a while to get because most of the people that added me, I didn't even know, or people who just watched my stream. So thank you very much if you did add me as your recruiter. I greatly appreciate it because this is my favorite avatar and orb. I absolutely love it. So I'm so happy to finally get this. Now this could be Blue Jump, this could be Reaver. Not enough information yet to tell us. But well, yeah, we'll just build a lake there and we'll pass. We'll go for Ancient Herald Library next turn, and then we can go from there. And if I can get this library to stick to the board, I'll be very, very happy. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to jump over, lake into Mystic Beast potentially. Yeah, okay. So there's a little trick we can do to protect our library. Now, I want to play library here. And the reason is it's a very good spot for library. It's on a neutral tile. And there are no neutral creatures in this deck, so all my creatures are going to demand lakes. So what we're going to do is we're going to block this with the Ancient Herald. Now, there's actually two ways we could go about this. So the safest line, the safest way to protect our library is to... Actually, it's probably just to build it over here. Move my Water Elemental into this spot and build it behind. Because right now the Mystic Beast has range. Now I could build a lake here and play the Ancient Herald on this spot. But then we're really weak to Aurora. But this Mystic Beast still can't really navigate around the one lake. This lake will be a problem. So I feel like I'm going to go for this line. And my opponent will probably see how valuable this library is. He probably knows about its power level. I will see if he has an answer. Still could have Emperor's Command. There's still a lot of things you could do to answer it, but that lake just makes life that little bit more awkward. Prophet of the Tides is going to probably be needed now if you want to clear that. But then you have to weigh up, do you leave the Ancient Herald to do what it wants? That's another thing. So Prophet, you could like Prophet here and then go down, double neutral, jump and clear. You leave yourself open to the Water Elemental. Alternatively, you can move around here and then double neutral right across for a bit of land block and then clear, but you're still vulnerable to the Ancient Herald. I kind of feel like you probably want to clear the library regardless of what vulnerabilities get left. I think the best, or even then, like even if you Water Element, even if you Prophet here and then Water Elemental this, you still get I still get a value clear with the Herald. It looks like he's going for the orb damage. Okay, so maybe Ninja Toad is the answer. Ninja Toad's a pretty good one. Oh, it's just a Faeria. Okay. So I am going to get a library tick. I like this. And there's a Phantasm. Very, very nice. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I could take a draw. My only issue is my Water Elemental can't really do much if I do go for the draw. If I go for a lake, I can Phantasm this. I can then Emperor's Command it. But then the Water Elemental still can't kill it. I probably have to clear this with the Herald using the Phantasm and then jump my Water Elemental onto this tile and then probably I'm going to lose my library regardless. I need to kill both of these. Do I have enough for double command? I collect 9. I do have enough for double command. This is a pricey response, but I feel like it's worth it. Because I protect my library, and that's what's important to me right now. My library's going to accelerate me to a point where I'll just win against my opponent. Because I'm always going to be 2 Faeria and 1 card up. Especially if I remain in a double collection spot, which I am right now. I'm collecting from both my wells. Now, the Water Elemental can trade with my Ancient Herald, and you could just replay another double collector, but I'm going to be drawing... I could draw 3 cards next turn. 1 organic, 1 library, 1 off wheel. And I'm probably going to find a creature. So I think things are just fine. The Phantasm's nice there as well, because I set up a 5/5 on the left-hand side. And that 5/5 is probably going to stick around for a bit. Now, a nice play could be... double collect. I'm not sure how many times that well's been collected from, but you could collect from the well with the Water Elemental. You could play a Colossus in the middle and then just trade off with the 5/2, but you do die to the Phantasm and the Water Elemental. Alternatively, you could just clear this Herald now and then you could play a Colossus there. But it's going to go for an Aurora. That's not bad. Because this Water Elemental just clears it. And then we're even on collection, but I'm ahead because I have a library. Alright, library, what have you got for us? Ah, hello, Mr. Dream Reaver. Nice to see you. Now, we could even enchant this to keep our Water Elemental alive. And because I'm going to develop additional lakes this turn, I kind of value that quite a lot. The card draw is going to be very handy. Oh, well, we could even throw Aurora into the mix. But I don't feel that's necessary right now. There we have it. So we can just chill. Just wait up. Go for the Dream Reaver next turn. Now, Dream Reaver, unfortunately against blue, just gets frogified. But if I can apply enough pressure, maybe with this Water Elemental, if this Water Elemental lives and I get an Aurora on it, that could be the pressure I need for the Dream Reaver to work out. I do have Radiance, and I have a Beirut as well, and another Ancient Herald. So I do have cards that will deal some damage. I just need to draw them and set them up. This is still a pretty bad Colossus turn. It's not a bad Mirror Phantasm turn though. You can, yeah, that's a pretty nice Phantasm, to be fair. Aurora's going to make short work of it, but that's absolutely fine. And there we go. So now we collect off this well. We can take care of one of the Phantasms. Or, or we don't do that. We lake. Here, we jump. We play Dream Reaver, and then we do 3 damage and take him down to 7. And then I have Aurora as a win condition. That's pretty nice. Don't mind moving Phantasm more defensively if I do that. Do I need to? That's the question. He's going to be on 4 Faeria next turn. He's going to have to Frogify. Let's go for the safer line. Let's go for the safer line. That's quite a spicy play, but I don't think it's completely necessary. Let's move Phantasm away. Let's slot Aurora into this spot here. So he's Faeria starved, 1 creature on board, can collect from the top well and Frogify and clear, but then I just clear the Phantasm after. That's all that's going to happen this turn is Frogify. If there is a Frogify. If there isn't a Frogify, I win with Ninja Toad. So while the other line was kind of spicy, I feel this is just kind of the safer play, because I stop 2 Faeria being collected this turn. So yeah, collect from top well, Frogify, clear, get clear by Water Elemental, top decking Faeria, you could say. You're going to be just on 3 Faeria, and then I'm going to maybe start applying pressure with Ninja Toad at that point. That's actually not too bad as well, like going forward. Just like, if this does happen, the Frogify into the Phantasm, I can just clear the 6-1, play a Ninja Toad, and just start hitting. And then you have to deal the Ninja Toad. So Wizard would have to maybe play his own Ninja Toad to clear my Ninja Toad, but I'm still generating 2 additional Faeria, drawing an additional card. I'll be double collecting. Gonna be absolutely fine. So it looks like he's going for the anti-enchantment play, which is fair. I mean, that's a way to stop me winning next turn. Now, I think the best thing you could do here, if you're not going to Frogify, is play a creature here. Just the block. But that's going to be lethal. Well played. I picked up Radiance for good measure as well. I'll give him a well played. And Dream Reaver takes another victory. This deck is solid, honestly. I've really enjoyed it. And I'm still on my win streak from rank 6, I believe. Bottom of rank 6, I picked up a win streak. And I've been riding it so far. So let's play one more game to close out and see if I can go 3-0 in this episode of Deck Pilot. Last match of this episode, going up against the Boom 117. He's rank 14 god. Alright, so we have a player who's been playing a lot this season and really pushing for god rank. Let's see how we do against him, and it's going to be a Rush deck. Okay, so I've played against a bit of Rush recently with Dream Reaver, and I must be honest, I feel favored. I have so many good options. Like Mirror Phantasm's just absolutely crazy against Rush decks, especially if you Phantasm something like an Aurora, a Sturdy Shell, anything that's quite low on attack or just cheap in cost. And that's a Queen's Guard. Now I've been playing Combat Red Rush using Queen's Guard's Mace Man and a few other things, and it's been pretty successful so far. Overall I've been impressed with how it's performed. So yeah, we're just gonna drop Sturdy Shell and see what Boom decides to do. Could take a bit of value damage on the Sturdy Shell with a mountain on the right. He could just clear the Water Elemental, which is another option. I do have the Ninja Toe clear at that point, so that makes me feel good. As long as the Mace Man doesn't come down, I'll be pretty happy with that. Oh, Imperial Drain as well. And we talked about Imperial Drain in a card Spotlight recently, and it was a Red Rush deck I used as an example for that Imperial Drain. So this Sturdy Shell's not really getting up to much, is he? Alright, so if we clear this... See, I can't really clear this and play Phantasm next turn. But right now, Phantasm isn't really doing anything. If I take a lake here, there's no Axe Grinder spot. Alternatively, if I didn't move, I could have just played Phantasm this turn. So maybe that was a bit of a mistake. Actually, yeah, I think that was just wrong. I shouldn't have moved. I was going to move this into double collection ready for when this drain dies, but I should have just Phantasmed. It was the best defensive line. Because if I play anything now, I'm just not going to get anything out of it. Let's take a draw. Let's see if we get a Herald. Oh, Water Elemental's okay. Okay, at least I produce a lake. Sure. So a misstep from me then, being a bit too hasty on my play. I figured, you know, Sturdy Shell's going to collect eventually, I'll just do that. But if I hadn't moved Sturdy Shell, I could have Phantasmed, which would have been very good. So taking the central land instead of the side land, which tells me he wants to apply pressure this turn. That is probably a Gift of Steel. He's going to go for my orb. Interesting. Okay, so Frogify punishes really hard now. I think you kill the Water Elemental there. But there is an Imperial Drain down, so I'm not collecting any Faeria. So I have Ninja Toe. I have a Ninja Toe clear, but not much else going on. I need to draw Frogify. Frogify is perfect in this situation. So if I had played Phantasm, he would have maybe cleared it, and then I could have... See, with the Gift of Steel went face, and then I could have cleared it with the Empress Command. So it's just a stronger line, and it gave me a 5/5 here. This actually doesn't achieve anything. This is like really bad. I shouldn't have done this. Oh, and Crumbling Golem. So this card's picked up in popularity in Red Rush as well. S of Dawn has been using it. I actually had to try it. It was pretty good. So yeah, I've unfortunately lost this game. Yeah, there's not a lot I can do there, but the one thing you can take away from this match is plan your plays before you make them. That was my mistake. If I had played Phantasm, I would have been in an amazing position. But instead, I played too fast. I moved my Sturdy Shell into double collect, and even though it meant nothing, I've collected my first double collection now, and it's got me nowhere. So ultimately, that cost me the match. And it can be missteps like that sometimes that can really hurt you. and be really hard to get back into a game. So my win streak is over. I mean, I could just play another game, but I feel that I lost. I was going for the 3-0, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to handle the 2-1. But I was pretty happy with my previous matches. So let's give a well played to Boom here, and let's surrender. That wraps up this episode of Deck Pilot. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm a little disappointed with how I played out that last match. I could have definitely stayed in the game if I had gone for the Phantasm play instead of moving my Sturdy Shell first. But I will never do that again, that's for sure. I've learned my lesson. And that's one of the good things about realizing your mistakes. You can look at them and say, right, I'm not going to make that mistake again. And that's how you become a better player. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you haven't already, because then you can know when my content goes live on this channel. If you have any thoughts, be sure to leave me a comment. Any experiences with Dream Reaver, or any experience against Red Rush as well. Red Rush has definitely picked up in popularity as of recent. I've been playing 2 different builds of it, and it's been quite fun. I've enjoyed it. I've missed a bit of Red Rush in my life. If you haven't already, check out Faeria.com/the-hub for the latest guides, decks, and articles from the Faeria community and myself. So until next time, guys, take care and have a great day.